in Capetown, South Africa, going up to the cable. It's a beautiful day. Here's Mark. What's the matter?
Here, it's on right now. It's filming.
We're walking towards the cable. Hold on.
Were you really taking it?
Grab Mark's ass.
Where's Dad?
Just give us the... You'll regret that someday.
Where's Dad?
Nothing. What happened to Jeff?
Did he give you money? I don't have any of this kind of money. Oh.
There's the zoom on this thing. It's right there.
Did you hear that I'm gonna go?
Did I hear? What do you mean? From that guy over there?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that, Mom?
I'm scared to death.
How do you feel about Mount Bachelor Academy? I was scared to death before I took the plunge.
Uh-huh.
Did you on their summer venture in '97?
I sent somebody. I referred a student. Thanks, Mark.
No, you're wait for these two.
We're about to go up on the cable, and this is a shot from the landing.
Ready or not, here I come.
And we will then be able to overlook the entire port and city of Cape Town. Jeff, it's Leslie, Adam.
The door's opening.
We're going up the cable car. City, Cape Town in the harbor. As we go up. This is a shot of the Indian Ocean from the top of the Cable Mountain in Cape Town, South Africa.
You gonna go over there? Yes.
There's Leslie. There's another scan on the top.
Right there. Do something majestic.
There's Adam. And there's Jeff. Off in the distance you have a shot of the Cape of Good Hope. About a 2-hour ride from here, and we're going to be going there hopefully in a couple of days. Furthermost point on the African continent. And we have some sort of a rodent crawling around on top of Cable Mountain.
Kitty!
Hello, turn around.
There he goes.
It's cute. I ran over one of those in Detroit.
The other side of Cable Mountain. Another city, don't know what it is, but it's a long way off and a long way down. And right over these cliffs, it's almost like the Grand Canyon.
You did 4 years in father picture.
missed. Hyena tracks. So your hyena tracks are very similar to like lion and leopard if you just see them, you know, in a glance. So you stop and check. They're really starting to roll their dung.
Oh. Oh.
There's quite thick sticks in there and it just passes through very quick.
Het zal dan helemaal.
There's quite a big male. Just don't stand up or anything. We might see him push some trees down or hopefully something like that. Okay, now what we'll do is we'll spend a bit of time with him, you know, watch him feeding. Hopefully he'll knock something down. There's a dam down there. If we're lucky and he moves really quickly, he might go down to drink. Okay, we're going to go up ahead of him and let him come towards us. Okay, because if they come towards us, see the same as with these guys, they've parked, they've switched the vehicle off so that the noise doesn't interfere with him. And if he comes towards you and he's still feeding, then that means he's relaxed and he's happy with you. Okay, so we'll go around. Huh? Yeah. It'll be a great spot in the air.
Weet we dit allemaal zeker? Weet we dit allemaal zeker?
Thanks, I think we're pretty straight over.
Mag ik nou een foto nemen?
Okay. So you see he's got a sore on his tail. Okay, but that'll heal quite quickly. That's not a major problem, although it is quite a deep gouge. And then, you see, he shouldn't start his car. He should actually leave it off. Okay, because the noise actually interferes with their communication amongst each other. Once their last set of teeth is actually worn down, then what happens is they start starving to death. And that's where that story about elephants having graveyards. Okay, there isn't such a thing, but what happens is you find those graveyards are near a marshy area with there's soft grass. Because once that last set of teeth is worn down, then they can't eat like rough bark and stuff like that. So they go to the area where there's soft grass, normally where there's a lot of water, and they live there until they actually die because they're not getting enough nutrition just from the grass. And so you find like a lot of bones all over there, and that's why people thought it was actually a graveyard where elephants go to die, but it's not actually what happened. So.
Does he lives on his own or in a family?
He's on his own at the moment. Cheekbones and that. So it's quite a young female. And that bird on its back is the oxpecker. Okay, they take off a lot of the ticks and parasites and stuff. And obviously their biggest advantage is their hearing, by the size of the ears. Okay. I'm going to turn like this so you can get a better view of it. Okay, it's a young female, okay? She's probably about 3 years old, just over 3 years old. She's actually she had 2 cubs quite recently. Okay, they'll swap. The reason for that is because a leopard has to get very close to its prey before they actually kill it. Her back feet will go straight into where her front feet have come out of, and she senses with those whiskers. Okay, there you can see the whiskers sticking off quite long. Do you want to go past? Huh? No. Okay, and you can see behind the ears, you've got that black part and the white. Okay, now that's when they're walking through the long grass at night, the cubs can follow them. Okay, if the grass is too high and just the ears are sticking out. And that's often all you see of a leopard. It's because they're so camouflaged, they'll be lying down in the grass and you just see the ears above the grass. So it's actually quite nice to have them out in the open like this. Okay, and they're very, very stealthy hunters, very, very good hunters. They're second in the hunting chain. You get wild dogs first, then leopard, then cheetah, then lion. Okay, see she is stalking. if you see a cheetah, the cheetah stands a lot higher, okay, and is a lot thinner than the thing, whereas these are a lot more stocky. And their neck is quite thick, and that's why they take their prey up a tree. Okay, but the reason they actually take it up a tree is not because they want to and because they can. It's to get away from other predators like your lions, your hyenas, that type of thing. So they would rather eat on the floor, but as soon as they're threatened, then they take it up a tree. And obviously at night, there's a lot of, what we call Burchell's zebra. Okay, if you look between the black stripes on the white, you get a brown shading. Okay, and that's very distinctive of your Burchell's zebra. There's not too many zebra around at the moment. They're generally short grass feeders. But you find that they join up with your wildebeest. And your wildebeest are the long grass feeders and your zebra the short grass. So that's why they have a symbiotic relationship. And you go forward a little bit for you guys to back. No? Okay. And now two zebra like this, you shouldn't normally find them like this. They should be in quite a big herd for protection. So you'll find that they'll probably hang around like with this giraffe who's got very good eyesight obviously, or very good view. And then they join up with impala and things like that, any general game. Let's just move on to where that giraffe is, and I think the zebra will come out there. Okay. And now your female zebra are pregnant for 11 months of the year, and almost every year of their adulthood. So people complain about 9 months every couple of years. Yeah, and that giraffe over there is a female giraffe. It's quite easy to distinguish from far away. If you have a look on her horns, she's got quite a bit of black hair on the top. Whereas on the males, they've got thicker horns and they've got no hair on the top from fighting. And the giraffe's only defense, and the zebra, the same amount of vertebrae as every other mammal, which is 7, same as humans. If you want to stand up, you're welcome to stand up. It's only dangerous animals if you don't stand up. See, this is Right. Wouldn't like to find one of those in your bed.
No.
Weet van olifant.
Do they bite?
No.
Which are the ones that are very poisonous? The centipede?
No, we call them songololos, but they're millipedes, and you get the red one, which is quite poisonous if you eat it. It's not going to kill you, but
If you eat it?
One of those.
I mean, kids you
poisonous,
find often
right?
eat them. You know, they pick up anything and eat them. I know my sister ate one. Yeah, it's just part of their defense. They're amazing.
Looking at the photo.
What kind of owl is that?
It's a white-faced owl.
Where's he on the food chain?
Near the bottom, somewhere.
Fishy tastes good.
Bush see it next.
Very rare sighting.
Adam?
ben hem ook thuis.
Ja,
Ja, ik
Some
heb
more
hem
material.
net
What a lovely morning. Look at the little swallows. European. No, this is striped swallow. You can see the stripes on the tree. And it's probably coming in to drink water and to get everything ready for. Actually, they were early on the. I mean, we won't say it, but maar koffie aan. Ja. What happens is your bulls are extremely territorial, so they stay in one area, and your cows come in and out as they please, crossing these territories of the males. But when the female is in the territory of the male, he'll stay with him, and then they form what we call a crash, which is a couple of rhinos together.
It's the male white rhino.
Yeah, it's
And
one
mother.
horn, and then a fuzzy with nine cornrow, and a mountain.
We're about 20 yards away. That's the male.
Actually, if you look closely at his horn, you'll see the other one is non-existent.
A little
He
bit
lost
off.
that in a territorial
Female
fight.
and the cub.
What happens is the horn is keratin, or same as your nails over here, it's just very tightly clamped. And when they fight, it sometimes gets dislodged, but it's the same as your nails, it just keeps. More ways than one they are actually. If you look at their stomach system, it's very inactive. That's why they have to eat such a lot, because the stomach basically works on fermentation. A lot of heat, moisture, and some bacteria. And that's why they have to eat such a lot, and you see that the gun is also very coarse, because most of it just goes through the system. Same as an elephant.
It's a herd of elephants. Quite a few young ones and females.
Alfie says he recognizes the one female, or the matriarch. The matriarch is the dominant cow in the group, and she also takes charge of the group. It's not a male that's in charge of the herd like this. And you look at them, you'll see some of them have got a secretion behind the temple, the being in must or in their reproductive cycle. Having a dust bath. Let's go and look at the babies. If Mother Dearest will allow us to look at the babies.
It's a young male.
Yeah, I mean with a bump in the roof. Hoping the babies don't come forward. They are curious. Yeah. So the thing is, the sense of smell is so superior and enduring. So they pretty much know the career and they can sense it as well. There's a baby coming. He's inexperienced. So you have females of their own, so now they're grown up, have a couple of beers with the boys, until they're older, big enough to challenge one of the other males for these females. Very graceful animal. What? What? Will be fun. just saying.
Warthog.
No wonder you had a warthog. You'll probably see them in camp as well. They come through every day, every second day. Feed off the grass, terrorize the people, and then leave. But these guys, what they do is, I don't know with these matches, but when they run, they pick up their tail. The reason for that is they've got a very, very tight skin. So what they do is they pick up the tail, you stretch the skin of the body to open up the eyes to basically see where they're running. What they do is they get lost in the long grass, so what they do is they pick up the tail to follow each other.
So, next time you get school, you can see him.
It's going to be far off in your picture. Hopefully there's must be one male.
So?
Lucky guy, especially in summertime. But here you can see where 3 rams have combined these females. The reason for that is there's more eyes looking out for predators at any specific time.
Because you'd never get a sense of this, you know.
Yeah, instead of it being just random clips of animals.
No más chimba.
Next time.
Nice bumping all right. But once again, you are allowed to speak on the game boy. Beautiful. Not bull ducks. I guess for why it's called a not bull.
Cheetah kill. There's an impala right at the cheetah's feet. Yeah. No, you're not supposed to stand.
Right in front of it, you can see the baby impala. You can just see the white on the side. This time of year, because there's so many baby impala, you find most of your predators try and go for them because it's easier kill for them.
Is er niet rustig eten? Lekker koeken.
Black stripes.
Heb je hem al?
Nou, eentje leren
Is that to
nemen.
reflect the sun? Not to reflect the sun, actually to absorb the sun. It's like Ray-Bans or anything like that. Absorb the sun, and because they're daytime hunters, it's much easier for them to see at daytime when they're hunting. And another thing is, because they're so low down in the predator hierarchy, you have to try and make them more fearsome to any other predator, because any other predator will try and kill this one for less competition for food in the area.
Does the hyena eat the skin?
Yes. She'll, the male doesn't generally join them in this area. But in places like Etosha, the large open expanses, you sometimes find 5 or 6 cheetahs together, where they help them with each other.
So she won't save nothing for anybody else.
Not at this stage, no. But a unique thing is with cheetah, if she would have cubs, she'll actually teach cubs how to hunt. Especially with a young baby impala like this, she'll ankle tap it and let it lie down. And then the young cubs will come and play with it, and as they're playing, they're learning how to kill it. And they'll always watch the mother, by example, of how to kill the prey. It's great. If you will stand up, you can see long limbs, big chest. It's incredible. And one thing about their speed is because of very large adrenaline glands, they're able to generate so much energy.
Vultures waiting.
The other monkeys in the background. proportional smile. The average people's weight she's very tall. She must have perfect right sense of distance.
Those ants are huge.
Almost right next to the cheetah kill. 3 rhinos, 3 white rhinos. Ones we saw this morning.
Your
It's the
black
male.
rhino, the calf normally runs behind the female. The reason for that is your black rhino, as I said, are browsers. Feeding off leaves, they're normally in very thick bush areas, whereas with these guys, they're normally large open areas. So, your
Jeff, can you see it?
hopefully it will come into it soon.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm going to move it from now. So across the road, I'm going to be walking now.
Nothing
Come
else?
on, man. And you can see this young bulls being kicked out of the herd because the hormones are starting to get the best of them. So they join up and form a bachelor herd, same as with those in farming. Yeah. First time I've seen wildebeest in a herd like this in a long time. These are the brindle gnu, or blue wildebeest, as young people know. And these guys, sometimes you find them in extremely large herds, like Kenya and Masamara, as you saw there. This is nothing big like that. But in this area, because it's so bush, they like a short grass, so they like large open areas. So this area is not very good suited for them in general. That's why we don't have this meat in Kenya. But interesting thing is sometimes you find these wildebeest walking and shaking their head quite vigorously. The reason for that normally you've got one male and 6 females. And the first female that he's met is normally his favorite female, or his first wife. But interesting thing is, if a young stallion wants to court the foal of the male, he'll come and he challenge the stallion to see whether he's strong enough, and they wrestle with the neck, bite and kick each other to try and get hold of each other. So basically he's testing the son-in-law. For his daughter, but imagine fighting your father-in-law for your wife, how they would get sick. Kelly then? Only these? One giraffe? Ja. Hey, it's lekker.
Dit is al verschrikkelijk.
Wat is hier ook?
They're the same? Really? You recognize?
Yeah, we're talking.
I finally hit some lions.
Probably can let them over and stuff.
Taking a siesta.
Unfortunately, the mortality rate is very high in a large pride like this because with lions it's first come first served, and they don't wait for the cubs to eat, and we're the only one that's survived so far. But once again it's the survival of the fittest. That's the cub like this survive. piranha. It's a exotic plant. It's a invader that we don't like. No, it's definitely not piranha.
Come on, Luca. Come on, man.
How old do you think that now is? About 3 years old. They reach sexual maturity at about 4 years old. So if the dominant male comes to the area, they'll chase him and his brothers away. The reason that if they escape, we've got a living lion. Go around. Go around. I'll do the first chase you. Licking his lips. Being the young. Beautiful pictures to lie back on. This is person who lives here.
Is that the same male that we just saw?
That's the same. Generally at this time of day, don't walk further than 5 steps.
There's Mark.
That'd be light enough.
That's plenty light.
And when I started to pull out,
Are you all from one family or friends or what?
Yeah, one family. And one brother.
Uh-huh.
Usually where there's a river, there's animals.
Pardon?
Usually where there's a river, there's animals.
Really close. It's working.
Yeah, it's working now. Yes. These are the shots that you gotta get. That's the shot. How you feeling today, Jeff? Feeling alright.
How was last night?
Bubbly.
She's going to the Latina. I'm still going to go down south, and then if there's nothing that's out, I'll get to London. It's lying down, having a rest. Definitely got a hangover this morning. You can see there's some more on the back.
All you see is its neck.
Shame. At this stage, when they're lying down like this, it's very vulnerable for them, especially with the lions. Stand by. There's the rest of them. Oh, it's fried. Ooh. Goodness gracious, this whole... There's babies! Lady, would you mind if you pass you? We just want to go look at your babies. Thank you. Folks, just sit very still, please. Sorry, my lady. Look at the babies. All stations, I've got Shlambi and Gonyam with Manyani Mamtimpan on Newington on the southern side of the big Shimomunya. Wayne is the Mafazis and Mamtimpan on Newington itself, on the southern side of Shimomunya on Newington. Very much. Beautiful, look at that little faces.
It's the same pack we saw.
No, this is a totally different one. What happens is your females will separate themselves from the pride when they have the young cubs. The reason for that is there's too much competition for food with the other age of the cubs. So you'll find that you'll see that two ages. The cubs on the right hand side is roughly about 4 months old, and the one on the left hand side is about 5 months old. The two females joined up with the cubs, they're pretty much the same age.
Now, is this the main road coming in and out?
This is the main road, yes. You can see this female's trying to groom herself. The tongue is extremely rough. What they sometimes do is if they can't penetrate the skin by means of the teeth, they actually lick to the skin.
They've probably eaten already this morning.
By the looks of it, they're in very good condition. And the cubbies are pretty much full by the looks of it as well. There's a nice yawn. Bless you. What sometimes happens is your ants will try and go after the moisture in the nose, and while they're lying down, the ants go up into the nose, and that's the only way they can get them out, by means of blowing them out. And if you look closely at the nose, especially of this female, you'll see the slits on the side. Now, all your predators has got the slits. The reason for that is when they're suffocating an animal, the mouth is totally closed up, and sometimes the nose must be pressed against the neck of the body of the animal. So now they've got additional breathing space on the side, which is quite unique with all your predators. They're extremely social. He's probably going to rub up to her and show his affection towards her. Ooh, he's not in such a good condition. So if just sit still, he's probably just going to lie down right next to us. He is quite... I think he might just joined up with this female quite recently. Because if you look at the condition of these females, they're very, very good in the first 2 years. And it seems like he was in quite a bad fight. If you look behind his ears, you can see he was bitten quite extensively. How close do you think you're going to get to Lawrence? Where are you going? Naughty little kids. Negative, not as far as I could see from there. Lee, I'll be there shortly, I'll give you an from there. The antelope with the best hearing in the bush. Nice pose for you, midway there. Where's the rest of the family? Normally mother, father and 4 piglets together. Somebody once said you can put Beethoven to the tail of a zebra. One, two, three, four, 5. Can these be the same ones? Hopefully not the same one. Look at the bad cut that one has got on his rump. Interesting thing is, as soon as your mare would get a foal, she'll... No hippos! Oh, beautiful. Goldberg. Or Tony. Eh? Yellow-billed kite. And a beautiful European roller. Pair of yellow-billed kites. Advantage. If they can stay with her. That's the main thing. Good day, sir.
Hey folks, happy New Year to you all.
Happy New Year.
You too.
Close your eyes before you bleed to death, bud.
Absolutely.
Keep those glasses on.
Yeah, no? First time I've seen the glasses in a while.
Yeah.
Good one.
Good one. That's a good way to start a year, man.
That sounds good to me. You just now. Greg, have you got visual then? Thank God. Right down. Okay, I've got zero thanks. Baby. Licencia Altis. Negative. I'll just stand by again and see whether she needs. Can you see the cubby from there? Just behind the tree. On the side where it's coming out into the clearing. Just on the side there.
Can't see anything from here.
I can just see the tip of the tail, unfortunately, at this stage. Come on. Stop. Here's the cubby, he's suckling. Hey, he's gonna suckle to get out of it. Folks, can you see at the back as well? Come on, baby. Show your face. Is it the female you saw at first night as well?
Yeah.
Same female. Look at that. Jump on. Where's it coming now? It's walking that way.
5 feet.
Oh, it's on top. Oh, look at that now. Really starting with its leopard tricks. Well. Not a very good visual at this stage. I'm just waiting for it to move. coming towards us. Extremely inquisitive. All leopards are instinctively very inquisitive. Yeah. Hopefully she won't take exception for moving closer to us. She mustn't keep my foot from me. I think I'm gonna leave and from this. Wait. Coming back towards her. Any more down? Hmm? Yeah. Like a fact, I think we had the best view I've ever could have hoped for. Thank you. Folks, it's very, very quiet, please. Don't move. Sit very, very quiet. Okay, thanks. Thanks, you on first time, but and they'll do whatever the mother does.
It must be an easy kill for a leopard or a lion.
You'll be surprised how quickly these small warthogs can really run. And what they do is these mothers normally don't go far away from the termite mound where they normally stay. The reason for that is as soon as they're close to the termite mound, they can run straight into that termite mound and get away from any predator. Look at that.
Look at that. Up here, that. Did you get him on the street? Small. You took what? Oh, your water bottle?
Whenever there's danger, the mother will run in one direction, the babies run in a different direction. It's part of the fence. Look at that. Inquisitive as well, trying to see what we are. And normally there's one up in a high tree making sure there's no predators close by. more.
Once you get a better view.
Interesting thing is, they love grabbing women's handbags. And what they love about that is the perfume and the lipstick. It's incredible to see them red color painted monkey all over the place and smelling of Chanel number 5. See the baby in from the stomach? The mother keeps it there for safety, and when it's old enough it will ride on the back of the mother. Almost like a jockey style. But that's only if he's very brave.
They use their tails.
Very, very effectively, yes. Very long tail. You can see it helps with their balance.
They're probably wondering what we are.
Absolutely. What's this funny thing in the
They don't see the vehicle as one big animal.
One big animal.
They
Yes.
do also?
Yes.
They don't disguise something more?
No, not at this stage. You probably just think movement if people are moving around. That's about it. Mission complete for the day.